The Super Eagles of Nigeria have travailed and they are now set to conquer in the 2023 African Cup of Nations when they face tournament hosts Ivory Coast for the second time in the tournament. Here's a preview of that game. My name is Ayomide Sotunbo and this is the Nutmeg on GuardianTV. The Super Eagles most certainly have hungered and thirsted at the African Cup of Nations. They've defeated some of the best teams at the tournament as well on the way through to the final, where they will now face Ivory Coast. And we got to hear what some of the fans think ahead of that game. And of course, we're bringing that to you right here on this episode of the Nutmeg. What was your take from that match against South Africa on Wednesday night?
No grief for anybody. No grief for anybody. Nigeria was outstanding. South Africa too, they were outstanding. But Nigeria had to take that glory because if not, I don't know how for his wake up clean today.
Well, it was a very fantastic game. It really changed the mindset of Nigerians that we are still one. I see beyond football. I see the joy radiating in the hearts of people. So I was impressed. It made my night. I slept well.
It was very, very interesting match when you look at it very well. You know, before the match, the South Africa was even praying for the match to get to the penalty because they have a very good goalkeeper.
It was a fair game for the both team, but the best team won, which is Super Eagles, and I was very happy. And I watched the game from the first minutes or the last minutes. Well, we did very well.
Oh, they really try. I really enjoyed the match.
I feel happy. No me do. To be Nigeria, wọ́n ti ń ṣe ọ̀tẹ̀ àwa Nigeria gan ọjọ́ ti pẹ́, but inú mi dùn tó jẹ́ pé àwa la win. Mo dẹ̀ tún gbàdúrà sọ̀rọ̀ ọjọ́ Sunday kó jẹ́ pé àwa náà láti máa win.
Our own goalkeeper Stanley Wabali had a fantastic game too.
Yeah, of course, Stanley Wabali is a very, very confident goalkeeper. If you watch the way he was flying around doing the goalkeeper, he was very, even when the tension was very, very high, he was very cool and calm, and he was able to deliver Nigeria from that tension.
Wabali is God sent. Like, you know what they call national, there's this thing they call national treasure. Stanley Wabali is our national treasure. Like, this is like our saving grace. He's our central back of Nigeria right now. So I would say that I'm so happy that we have someone now that we can say, okay, and bet and say, we have a very good goalkeeper that is like Vincent Inyama.
Well, it was outstanding. It's not for him. I think the game would have gone beyond expectation. But his performance was wonderful. He performed so well.
Okay, so great. Now we're facing Ivory Coast as a consequence on Sunday, and that's the final. Meanwhile, we faced them in the group phase, and it was really tough then, but we won. What are you expecting ahead of the final on Sunday?
Yeah, of course, it's going to be a very, 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 very tense game. The first game will not be compared to the second game because it's going to be a different game entirely. This is the final. You know what's going on in the final, and they are playing at home. They'll be very, very confident. They have their crowd behind them. They have the coach that coached against Nigeria in the first game. They have been sacked. This is another coach, so they are going to be very, very tense to come and win. But we know that Super Eagles is going to triumph, and we are going to win the match.
We are coming home with the trophy, by God's grace. But it's going to be a very tough and a very tougher game for Nigeria because we are going to play against referee. We will play against hosting team, against fans. They has everything more than us. And again, in that first leg, if you watch very well, like 2-3 of their starting 11 players, they were injury.
The end just the meat. For what I seen, the upcoming match already in my mind, we've won the competition. We've crossed the hurdles, so just a think on our eye and a little luck, we will have the trophy.
It's going to be a very tough final because if you want to look at it objectively, defeating them at the first stage, it's not a year 6 for us to look at the final. The final, the Super Eagles needs to work harder because number one factor that might work against the Super Eagles, they are the host country. They might have the support of the fans. They have more fun because they are the host team. But not in all. By the time Super Eagles put their hands together, work as a team, I believe we're going to bring this cup to Nigeria. Yeah.
I know it will be a very tough match because they have players that have the same standard as Nigerian players. So, but I still believe in our team spirit and, you know, the people supporting you and everything. So I believe that in the spirit of what we are now, they won't beat us. We would still deal with them.
Okay, so what is your score prediction? Will they do it in 90 minutes? Will they do it in extra time? Will it go to penalties?
For my own score prediction then, Nigeria is not a team that you just want to score one. Before you can even see South Africa say before they scored the one, they knew how it was. So I believe it will go 2-0, 2-0.
In normal time.
In normal time, normal 90 minutes, 2-0.
Play 2-2. Then we'll go to extra time. That extra time, Nigeria will beat them 3-2.
As you can see, the Super Eagles of Nigeria have fans who are expectant ahead of that final on Sunday night. And it's really up to the Super Eagles now to do the business against Ivory Coast. It's not going to be easy, but they have shown that they have a body and a spirit that is tough, and we expect to see that again on Sunday. That's what we have for you on our show here as a preview for that game between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and Ivory Coast. Thank you very, very much for watching, and you can be part of our community by hitting the subscribe button, and also you can tap our notification bells right there to get our latest contents. My name is Ayomide Sotunbo. Indeed, I will see you in our next episode to tell you how they fared and also share my thoughts as well. Until then, see you next time.